Welcome to the Return to Sport guideline for a Grade 3 hamstring tear. In our experiment, we will be comparing the injured participant against a healthy active participant to test whether this rehab program can improve strength and range of motion in all situations. Our control group will be a third participant that will not participate in any strengthening exercises over the course of the program. We will be following the Return to Sport Guidelines Grade 3 Hamstring Rehab Program created by Dr. Tim Dwyer. This program consists of 4 phases spanning an estimated 9 to 10 weeks. However, we will only be able to test to Phase 2 due to an inadequate amount of time subsided for testing. Phase 1, or the acute phase, is estimated to take place between the first 2 weeks after the occurrence of the injury. Phase 1 consists of A. Riding a stationary bike for 20 minutes, and B. Light body weight strengthening exercises. Finally, once the participant feels no pain free walking, no tenderness, no pain on passive stretch, and no pain on resistance, the participant is then ready to move on to Phase 2. We have the 2 participants performing the 20-minute stationary bike exercise. I want to ride my bicycle. Next, we have the same participants performing the calf raise exercise. Now we have the injured participant performing the unweighted standing hamstring curl. Now the healthy participant will be demonstrating the standing leg extensions. Finally, the healthy participant will be demonstrating the standing calf stretch. Phase 2 is focused on improving range of motion and strength in the hamstring and is estimated to occur within the 2 to 8 week mark. Phase 2 consists of A. Incremental strengthening including eccentric exercises, B. Stretching 4 times a day, C. Elongating the length of exercises, and D. Trunk stabilization exercises. Here we have the injured participant performing a weighted hamstring curl at approximately the 5 week mark. Next, we have the injured participant performing a balance squat on a balance board. The key with this exercise is to gain balance first, then perform the squat. Then we have the injured participant demonstrating the one-legged standing dumbbell touch. Once again, balance should be gained before continuing. Next, the injured participant is demonstrating the one-legged 4-point toe touch. Then the injured participant begins the resistance band seated squat. This exercise requires a slow and steady pace to maximize effort. The healthy participant now demonstrates a lunge. Now let's take a break and see what our control has been doing.
I'm Mr. Lonely, I have nobody for my own. I'm so lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
Man, don't you just feel bad for the poor fella? But now it's time to get back on track. This unfortunately was all we managed to fit into the time span we were given. However, we will proceed in explaining the last few bits of the Return to Sport guidelines for Grade 3 hamstring tear rehab program. Before moving on to Phase 3, the participants must have passed the Askling H test, We did not manage to reach this accomplishment, but we have a short video from Aspetar demonstrating how the Askling H test would be performed.
Dynamic Flexibility H test. The patient is lying supine with the contralateral leg and the upper body fixed with a strap. On the tested leg, a brace ensures full knee extension at 0 degrees. The foot of the injured leg is kept in a slightly plantar flex position. The H test begins with the passive flexibility test, where the clinician slowly raises the tested leg towards maximal hip flexion. The patient is instructed to relax and say stop when the movement reaches the maximal range of motion. The patient is firstly instructed to perform the practice straight leg trial with submaximal effort, followed by the 3 active test trials, where the patient is instructed to perform a straight leg race as fast as possible to the highest point without taking any risk.
Now that the participant would have completed the Askling H test, they are ready to move on to Phase 3. Phase 3 is known as the functional phase and is near the end of the program at the 8 to 10 week mark. It consists of A. Incremental jogging leading up to sprinting at 100% in a straight line, and B. Plyometric training. Finally, the last stage is Phase 4, and it is known as the return to training phase. It is estimated to finish the program at a hopeful 10 weeks. Phase 4 finally consists of A. Full speed acceleration with lateral movement, and B. Sport-specific training and agility drills.